Welcome to this week's episode of Duh, It's a Podcast. I'm Brock, and with me, as always, is Brooks.
What up, what up?
Not much, just coming down from our 50th episode extravaganza that we had last week. Yourself?
I think what I'm paid to say is I'm just coming down from our 50th extravaganza that we had just last week.
People running at Jed in the street asking for autographs and things like that since it's dropped?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'm not even signing my autograph anymore. I'm just doing like my initials, so you don't get as much on eBay when they go to resell it.
So, big thank you to Rob and Dave for dropping in last week as well. And should also mention while we're talking about all things 50th episode, right on the screen now are the winners of the 50th episode merch giveaway. So each person will win a prize pack, 1, 2, or 3, depending on how they were selected. So we'll get in contact with you during the week to let you know how we're going to get them to you and find out what you want and sizing and all that sort of good stuff. Congratulations to them, and thanks to everyone who entered. If you missed out, just go to our merch store. Link is in the description. There is also a coupon you can use to get 10% off. Now, we touched on this last week. Well, we didn't touch on it. She was touching, she made people touch on things, but we're talking about
Yes.
Lizzo. So there's been a little bit of a development since we spoke about it.
Mhm.
She's come out and denied everything and pretty much tried to pass the buck and say that everyone's coming at her and no accountability whatsoever. But since she's done that, I think about another 3 or so dancers have come out and they've gone to the law firm that are representing the original 3 to see if they've got a case as well to join what, I don't know, might become a class action the way it's going.
You know how they call most lawyers ambulance chasers? This is the definition of an ambulance chaser. Like these women are like, "Oh, we can sue too." I might be getting back on Lizzo's side here, son.
No, because, well, an ambulance chaser, do they actually end up catching the ambulance? Because it would be a slow moving ambulance if it was Lizzo.
Boo.
I've got a theory
Uh-huh.
that,
Oh, a good theory.
yeah, it will be, that the only reason that Lizzo came out, because apparently she never really addresses things like this if people have got rumors against her or have alleged something about her.
Honestly, I don't hate that game plan.
Yeah, so this is like one of the first times, or the first time she's done it. But I reckon
Right.
she has done it because she's like, oh, I'll come out now, I'll deny all the allegations, I'll be proven wrong, they'll be proven right, the allegations, and I'll have to eat humble pie. That's the only reason she's done it.
Interesting.
So she gets to eat humble pie at the end.
Um, well, when you put it like that, uh, yeah, I'm not sure because this whole story gets more strange as more details come out. Like, I'll be fine if I never learn another detail from the whole Lizzo world ever again because it just gets stranger and stranger. Like you said, she's never really addressed controversy. I do like that game plan. I don't think that's a terrible game plan. It's either that or pull out the ukulele. Clearly, she's taking that, and I think that's the right call.
I don't think she'd need to pull out a ukulele. I reckon if she pulled out a regular sized guitar, it'd probably look the size of a ukulele
The fuck? I'm not co-signing that,
because you know
but
it's
you're also
true.
not wrong. Again, I think I said last week, how big do you have to be fat shamed by Lizzo? I think maybe there's a conversation to be had.
Well, that's the thing. They're all smaller than her, so.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the whole Lizzo shit. Like
Well, the thing is, she's not going to get backup dancers bigger than her because she's like the alpha female, so to speak.
the main attraction.
Yeah. So she's not going to get someone bigger than her to outshine her.
No, definitely not.
They're literally going to be in her shadow.
Well, yeah. Uh Shouts to Lizzo? I don't know.
No,
What side are we on in this argument here?
what side?
Yeah, like, are we on,
Probably the
you know,
outside.
God of that's an awful joke. I do find this story interesting because it is a weird thing to have to come out and deny and be like, "Yeah, I didn't make my backup dancers eat bananas out of stripper snatches." That's a weird one to have to deny, I think.
Yeah, because she's blaming that, "Oh, I'm so open with my sexuality, and now people are using it against me," and da 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 da. Am I missing something? I've not that I've delved into the sexuality of Lizzo, but I've never known her to be anything but straight.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow up your statement. I've never explored the sexuality of Lizzo.
Yeah,
It's never really crossed my mind, son.
but the way that she came out with it in her denial of the allegations was kind of matter of fact, like, it's common knowledge that I'm ABC. What does it have to do with anything?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
A banana doesn't know your sexuality.
No. No, you're for once, you're making coherent sense. I mean, this makes no sense whatsoever on her that's an awful defense. I think the story is just going to continue to get more strange because, like, I'm kind of the music guy. I couldn't name you one Lizzo song.
I not by title. I'm
Oh,
sure if
sing
I
it,
heard her.
please.
No, well, that's the thing. I thought,
Anyway,
like, I can remember there's one song, I don't know what it's called, and I can't remember how it sounds, but she's in like a wedding dress in the film clip.
I know you're not supposed to say it, but like Lizzo is large. Like the whole body
She's
positivity
fat.
thing.
She's
Yeah, you
obese.
can
She's
kind of
fat.
relax.
There's literally no way around it. No, look, I'm not a stick figure, and I'm not a male model, and I'm on the bigger side, but I'm not out there telling people that I'm beautiful and this is what you should be aiming for. It's like, no, you're pushing an early death, put it that way. I don't care if you can dance 2 hours and move it all around. It's not, I mean, Bronny James is having cardiac arrest and he's a fine tuned athlete. You don't think that one day you're just going to keel over at, what are you, 35? You're going to be lucky to make 55, I reckon, if you don't do something drastically.
This man is spitting facts. When you're right, son. When you're right, you're right. And right now, you're right. Gotta give it to you.
Like I said, I'm on the bigger side. I've been bigger than what I am at currently, and I aim to get smaller than what I am currently. But I have no qualms in calling out someone who's fat. I've been on both sides of it. I've been bigger and I've been smaller. So I've lived on both sides of the fence. So I don't really give a shit if I'm telling someone they're fat. If they're fat, they're fat. It's a fact. There's no, oh,
Big
everyone's
fence.
beautiful. Like, no, it's like saying every flavor of ice cream is delicious. Like, no.
Yeah, no. Coffee ice cream sucks ass.
Yeah, you got some that are just disgusting. Sure, some people might like it, and that's cool. Some people like
Sure.
bigger people.
Sure.
Whatever floats your boat. Probably not the best analogy with someone that big,
I
but
was gonna say a big person probably doesn't float in a boat, but that's neither here nor there.
you're fat, you're fat. It's you know, people are gonna call
You know
me
what
fat
else
if I'm
happens
fat.
when you're
Yeah.
fat?
What?
You can crush things.
Mhm.
That was my transition. Go to the next story, you prick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess the things in the next story aren't really they're inanimate objects, so
Yeah, but it fuck off. I'm not explaining the joke.
we've gone all the way from America over to Italy, where an unfortunate thing happened while a guy was probably dancing to Lizzo.
Big Lizzo guy.
Big Lizzo guy, yeah. He was crushed to death under thousands of wheels of Parmesan style cheese. The guy was 74, poor guy. Maybe not the most agile.
Wouldn't think so.
He was buried when a shelf broke in his warehouse on Sunday, and the collapse created a domino effect, bringing down thousands of wheels, and each wheel weighs about 40 kilos, which is 84 pounds. So it took 12 hours to find the guy. Were they eating the cheese to try and find him? That's a long time to find someone.
You're right. Yeah. What is the best game plan to getting rid of that amount of cheese where you lose a guy for that many hours? That has to be a significant amount of cheese.
I know it's thousands of wheels at 40 kilograms, but surely it wouldn't take 12 hours. That's
Right.
half a day.
Easily. Yeah. But, but like, how heavy is a cheese wheel? I don't think I've ever seen a cheese wheel in my life.
I just told you it was 84 pounds.
All right, well, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they can melt them.
12 hours is a lot.
Yeah, not like we wanna save the cheese after the fact. You just wanna get in there as quick as you can.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so what the hell happened here?
Were they trying to get some wine to give to him to have with his cheese? I don't know, like,
Fuck you.
12 hours is a lot of time to it doesn't take that long to find people in earthquakes and stuff like that. They usually find them pretty quick.
Yeah.
Some of the wheels are about 10 meters, which is 33 feet, and they said that the collapse sounded like thunder.
Oh my god. I don't know if your 84 pounds is correct here. If it sounds like thunder.
Yeah, but they reckon the economic damage, which is obviously what we're all worried about,
Oh, of
has
course.
been estimated at 7 million euros or 6 million pounds.
Jesus.
Speaking to Italian media, a neighbor described Mr. Chiapparina as very supportive. Not that supportive, of course, I guess, because he couldn't support the wheels of cheese that
Oh
were
my
coming down on him,
god.
and generous. Apparently, it contained a total of 25,000 wheels of cheese.
How the fuck did he get them on that shelf to begin with? And why didn't it break before?
I don't know. But old Giacomo Chiapparina, rest his soul, was not having a very good a day.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The worst joke ever told on this show. That was awful.
I know that was good.
Fuck
That
you.
was you're just pissed off that you didn't think of it.
No, I'm certainly not. I'm glad I didn't think of it because I'd be disgusted with myself.
Speaking of disgusted, it's now time for
Everyone's favorite
Everyone's favorite
Everyone's favorite
nameless podcast segment of the week.
Can someone tell me what a podcast is?
Yes, indeed. We're going to double feature this week, boys and girls. We're going on an adventure, and I want to start with our first destination. Now, I sent Brock this clip because I just find it hilarious because it's a very unnecessary weapon that is being used. It looks like we are in suburban Illinois. I think this man takes a shot to the shins with said weapon, but that's for you guys to decide. Oh, not this one. The other one.
you said suburban. The other ones,
Once you see the background, you'll be like, "Oh yes, this is clearly a bunch of suburban white
yeah,
kids."
but once you hear what the person is speaking, they're not speaking
Oh,
in
fair.
English.
Fair.
I don't think it's in America somewhere. I know people in America speak different languages, but it
Correct.
just seems that this isn't an American thing. This is probably more of a maybe Mexican thing. I don't know.
But you might be right. You might be right. But anyways, this woman, she goes, quote, insane on her boyfriend for having Tinder downloaded on his phone. Now, first things first. Rookie mistake, my brother. We need to stay up, kings. There's ways to hide apps in 2023. The fact she was able to find it means you're not good at whatever you were doing.
The fact that you're letting your girlfriend or significant other into your phone, I wouldn't even do that. That's why I have a fingerprint lock on my phone. Not that I have a
See, I
significant
go
other,
back
but I
and forth
mean,
on that one. I think if you don't have anything to hide, they should be able to go through your phone. And I didn't have anything to hide, but I got in trouble once because I had an ex who saw my porn preferences. And she's like, I can't believe you watch this. And it's like, we don't sleep together every night. Sometimes I want to yank my thing. Sorry, YouTube.
would you let her go through your wallet? Would she let you go through her handbag? I don't think so.
I was allowed to go through the handbag, but I never needed to.
That's like your wallet, your phone. They're like two things you just, yeah, off bounds. Doesn't matter if
Interesting.
I've got anything to hide or not. It's just like, no, you could move something on my app or accidentally delete something or, yeah, just
Interesting. See, I would be
it's
totally fine
something
with
that
that.
you can mess something up with. If you couldn't mess
Sure.
anything up on a phone, then maybe, but nah.
Sure. Interesting. But I'd be fine with it. But anyways, This woman is an insane person, but I think I might be in love.
Nancy, para un poquito.
Yep, that's an axe.
I think her name's Nancy.
Oye, para un poquito. Oye, para un poquito.
Nancy sounds right. Bam!
Bam, bam, bam.
Para un poco. Mira, miren. Miren, eso nada más. Miren.
Lo que te pasa por puto perro concha tu madre, ¿viste lo que te pasa?
Yeah, Nancy.
I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love.
Now, she's probably going to have to go on Tinder now because I dare say that relationship. So that would be her Tinder shot there, I reckon.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because there's certain guys like me who'd be like,
Just,
wow, that woman could ruin my life and destroy my shins. I'm so in. It's a win-win.
I don't know what sort of. Well, she was trying to change that car into a convertible as well.
And she got close. If it wasn't for fucking numbnuts there getting in the way of somebody yielding an axe, you would have had a convertible. That brings us to clip number 2 this week. And now we're going to, I believe, the inner city, not the suburbs.
We're going to Motor City to be precise.
Shouts to the Motor City. The caption of this video is what caught my eye because it says, another viral brawl involving a chair erupts in Detroit. This is why you need to be watching on the YouTube. Brock, play the clip, please.
Bam, bam, bam.
Wax himself there. I like that. And I love how he gets him on the ass too, right at the end.
Like, that's WWE style.
Stop. Yeah, always good. Girl yelling out stop. That always helps. But I mean, like, one, there's always females yelling out stop.
Of course.
Baby. That does nothing.
Of course.
But secondly, he hit him on the ass. That's going to do nothing. When we go to a doctor, usually if they can't stick a needle in our arm, they'll stick it in our ass.
Brock, I think you're going to the wrong doctors, brother.
You've never had a needle in your ass? Are you serious?
No, I would never let anyone touch my butt.
Not in the hole, like in the cheek of your ass.
Yeah, again, I'd never let anyone touch my butt.
You're a weirdo, man. I've had a needle in my ass, like I had to have an operation, and I think they put a couple in because they had to put one in for pre-anesthesia, and then they had to put one in for something else because I was getting my tonsils taken out. But yeah, if you're not getting like blood taken or like a COVID injection for the vax or something in their arm, it's something a little bit more, I don't know, important.
Yeah, I've never heard of injecting in the butthole when you need tonsils removed.
It's not your butthole. How do you think juice heads take their steroids? They jab themselves in the ass.
This sounds like a porn category.
No. The fact that that's what we do sometimes when we need medication administered
Who the fuck is we?
as a society
I am not letting my doctor touch my butt.
shows that your ass, that when women get their milk dried, when they've had babies and they need to get their milk dried up, they'll jab them in the ass with something to dry their milk up.
Do you know what kind of bees produce milk?
No.
Boobies.
Oh, okay. Wow. And you thought my joke was the worst ever on the podcast.
Nope, that one was the best ever on the podcast.
So the fact that that is a thing, medical practice, shows you that the ass can take a bit of a beating, so to speak, without much consequences. You might have a bruise, but you're not going to be like, oh, I was winning the fight until he hit me in the ass and then I lost. You know?
You're definitely making the case for medical people being able to touch people's butts, and you've got some good arguments. But I think you should apply that same logic now and say religious people being able to touch people on the butts, because basically the same argument works for both. No one should
No, it's
ever be
completely
touched in the
different.
butt, especially
Completely
when you're
different.
getting your tonsils removed. That's not a good doctor, Brock. It's not a good doctor.
It's completely different. But
I don't think it is.
I've never watched a UFC fight and it's like there's no finishing move or he was winning until John Jones elbowed his ass or something. That's the thing. So the fact that that guy's hitting him in the ass is like a wasted shot, wasted energy. That's what I'm getting at. As Thanos said, you should have aimed for the head. The fact too that is a normal chair as well, like a sturdier chair than what they use in WWE.
This is true. This is true.
They haven't rehearsed, like, if you put your head here in the part of the
Yeah.
chair, then that's the least part where the impact is. It'll spread it out, flatten your head a little bit.
I am curious to know, like, what led to the fact that he was like, "I'm gonna need to beat the shit out of you with this chair." It had to have been wildly personal.
Maybe he tried to take his chair.
Maybe they're both crackheads.
Mm,
Hmm,
yeah, the chair
yeah.
wielder looks more crackheady than the one copying the chair.
You think? You
Yeah,
think
just a
somebody who's
touch.
like, "I could use this chair as a weapon," you think that person could potentially be on drugs? How dare you, Brock?
I know it's a stretch, but he mightn't even realize it's a chair.
Exactly.
He might think it's something else. With that being said, anything else you wanna do or say before we wrap up this
I
cast
think it's time
episode?
for plugs.
Okay, fire away.
The Wrap It Up Podcast, underscore between each word on Instagram. New episode. As you're listening to this, you've made it this far. Go listen to the Wrap It Up Podcast. Laka and Cody kind of is on the show, and we really don't accomplish much. It's a very fast food heavy show, so don't listen to it if you're hungry. Or maybe do, because we kind of just shit on fast food the whole time. Anyways, the Wrap It Up Podcast, wherever you get podcasts, Brock, take it away.
This podcast that you're listening to now, Dare It's a Podcast, on YouTube. That is our preferred platform if you want to listen to us, watch us, follow us. Please subscribe, like, leave comments if you've got any feedback or suggestions. We answer all and we want to get more interactive. We're also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. We're on the Antisocial Network, their Facebook page, and they've just launched the site as well, which is antisocialones.com. The schedule for all the podcasts that are part of that network are on there, so go check that out. Watch us and subscribe to us and like us on YouTube, but then go over there and support the other podcasts on their platforms as well. We're also on Instagram, Threads, and Mastodon. Until next week, take it easy.
Peace.